good morning, good afternoon, good evening, based on from where you have joined this session. My name is Mauli. I'm here to present this session, Simplifying Enterprise Security with Zoho. A quick housekeeping slide. I head the product marketing function for a couple of Zoho application. I also have Christopher along with me, who heads the customer success. So we also have our product heads from different applications in the panel in the background. So we recommend you and encourage you to post your questions at any point if we have any. So we have folks to help you with all your questions. This session is recorded and the slide deck will be shared with you. So no worries on that front. So yeah, why are we doing this webinar today and what October is for cybersecurity awareness? October is National Cybersecurity Awareness Month as per the CISA and NIST. And this year they have crossed 20 years of celebrating National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. In this particular month, the government of the United States and also other governments across the globe, they talk about cybersecurity for the personal use or also for the business use so that our digital life is secure, safe. So before we jump into the session, I want to share a video with you, which is shared by the American government. So So yeah, this year the National Cybersecurity Alliance focus on four major areas. One is password management, followed by multi-factor authentication, phishing, and followed by patch management or updating the software. So we thought this is very relevant to what we do at Zoho, and we want to educate our users about cybersecurity. And if you are a Zoho One user, you already have access to all these tools. So we thought we can give a primer on how you can use all these tools to have a secure digital access and protect your digital kingdom. So a quick question here. So how many of you here who joined the session are a business owner or IT admin? So just give a thumbs up emoji. We can tailor the session accordingly. I asked this question with the reason because these two profiles are going to be impacted if your business is going to face a cybersecurity issue. The business owner, of course, if you are going to expose your customer data, the government is going to impose a huge fine on you. And if you are an IT admin, the employees and the business owners are going to run after you, asking about the security of the personal and business data. So cybersecurity is something most of us think this won't happen to me or this won't happen to my company, right? So we thought we can have a quick cybersecurity exercise. So just go to this website, haveibeenpawned.com. So go to this website and enter your email ID and click the pawned button. This is a highly secure website run by a security researcher, Troy Hunt. So what happens is you just drop in your email ID and click this pawn button. So the website will check your email ID if it is part of any data breach. So if it is part of any data breach, it is recommended to rotate your passwords. And if you are someone who is going to reuse the same password for multiple accounts, you need to change the password across all your accounts. So I just give a 30-second break here. Just go to this website if you want to try this out. So I spell it out. It is haveibeenpawned.com, HAVEBEENPWNED.com. So if you want to try with your personal account, just drop in your personal email address here, click this button and see it for yourself. You don't need to share it with us. You can see it for yourself and see if your email ID is part of any breach. And if you see any of your accounts are already breached or part of any past breaches, we recommend you to rotate your passwords immediately. So we thought to give you a cybersecurity exercise before we jump into the session, so you know the real seriousness of the issue, because cybersecurity threats are very real and it is very closer to us than we think. So this is going to be our agenda for today's session. First, we will have a quick introduction, why identity is the first line of defense, followed by three focus areas: workforce identity and access management, password management, and multi-factor authentication, followed by a Q&A session. And we also recommend you to post your questions in the Q&A tab. While I present the session, we have Christopher and other folks who can answer your questions. And at the end, you can also raise your hands, ask for, have an interactive Q&A with the panel. So what is identity and why it is important? Identity means different things for different people. Basically, it is who we are and what we do. It defines the characteristics of a person, right? So my name is Mauli. Who am I and what I do? So I'm a product marketer working at Zoho Corporation, and what I do, what set of characteristics I have. But today, most of us have two sets of identity, one in the real world and one in the online world. In the real world, our identities are like our name, age, ID cards, workplace ID cards, passports, and things like that. In the online world, we have identities like username, password, social media profiles, and other attributes, right? So why we need these identities? We need this identity to access any type of service. Say, for example, I have my passport. With this passport, the government verify my identity and grant me access to any other country. If I want to travel from India to Singapore, I need to show my passport to enter the Singapore region, right? So by this way, they are able to protect the countries by validating the ID cards. Another easiest example is our workplace ID cards. We swipe this ID card to get access to the physical offices, right? So likewise, here is a quick another example. So Zoholics is our annual user conference where we welcome our users to attend all these sessions where we showcase the recent product developments, right? So what our users do, they purchase an online ticket, they come to the counter, and they validate their identity. We give them an ID card. With this card, they can access all these tracks. So this is one form of offline verification in the real world. But what happens in the online world? We have 100 different applications for both personal and business use. For business, you have Zoho, you have Microsoft, you have Google. And for personal, you have X or Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook, right? So all these applications are guarded by passwords or pass keys, and we need to verify our identity every single time to access this service. And it is very hard, right? We have 100 different applications and we need to verify our identity every single time. Let's take this story, right? So what you see on the screen is David, a normal IT employee who needs to access to his work services through his computer or a laptop. So every day he needs to validate his identity to get access to his services. So David is an ordinary person who can't remember his password, and he often sees the screen password incorrect. So if you take the recent statistics, it says 85% of the IT help desk requests are for changing the password or rotating the password. So what David does? So David takes the help of poor methods. He used sticky notes, he used spreadsheets, and he used all the easy ways to manage his password. And by this way, the hackers or malicious insiders in his company are able to get away with his password and get into his business account, and thereby getting access to both his personal and business data. By this way, the company is at risk and the bottom line is affected because this hacker or malicious insider is able to access the personal data of the customers and also the employees, and the government or the data protection officer is going to impose a huge fine for the company, thereby directly impacting the bottom line. David is going to lose his job and the company is also going to lose its reputation and a huge hit in the bottom line. So this is very common example that I can give what can happen to a normal IT employee if he is not going to manage his identities seriously, right? So what most companies does to manage their identities, they use sticky notes, they use spreadsheets, they use text file, or they use random passwords or easy to come up with passwords. Say for example, my name is Mauli, I can come with Mauli123 or Mauli with the combination of my date of birth or Mauli with the combination of my anniversary date. So these passwords are easy to guess. If someone, say for example, Christopher knows me, and if Christopher is going to try my password with the combination of my name and my anniversary date, or my name with my pet's name, he can easily get access to my account, right? So this is a tip for all of you to use a strong and unique password for all your account. And some people even use their browsers to store their password. Some companies, for the shared accounts especially, they use the same default credentials, which is admin or test and test123, which is highly insecure. So let's take a look at the numbers. Over 70% of the cyber attacks are identity based across the globe. So this number is from the Verizon DBIR report. You can go there. So Verizon every year publishes the cyber security landscape records. From the records, they were able to see over 70% of the attacks or cyber attacks are identity based. So, what are all the three ways the cyber criminals are able to get away with the identities? The first and foremost one is the stolen or weak password. Say, for example, if your password is very weak, admin123 or password123, or if your password is already part of any breaches, so it is easy for an hacker to get access to your account. So that is the first way to get access to your identity or to your personal and business data. The second one is the social attack. The common example is phishing email. Many times we receive an email saying that this is from your bank, enter your credentials, but if you look at the URL, it will be a little different. Say for example, abcbank.com, it will be abcdbank.com. A small change in the URL, but if we miss to look at the URL or check the URL, our user credentials are going to land to a cyber criminal who is tricking with us with this particular social attack. And the third method is the credential stealing software. So many times we receive an email with an attachment. Knowingly or unknowingly, we download this attachment and then boom. So what happens is this attachment will be installed into our local device, be it the laptop or mobile, where our passwords are stored in the keychain or in the local storage. Once this malware is added to the local device, it can send these password to a remote server in Russia or remote server in India or a remote server in United States where these cyber criminals are located. So these are all the top three ways by which the cyber criminals get away with our passwords or identities. I want to repeat it one more time. So the first and foremost one is the stolen or weak password. The second one is phishing. The third one is the credential stealing software through some attachment or through credential stealing malware by any sort. So across the globe, the cybercrime damage has been increasing from 3 trillion in 2015 to 15 trillion in 2025. In terms of scale, this is the largest economy after United States and China, and the cybercrime damage cost is increasing at 15% year over year. Right. which is very, very alarming. And the another interesting fact is mostly the cyber criminals are targeting SMEs, and an average cost of a data breach is over $100,000. So the interesting fact here is most of us have this myth thinking that cyber criminals will only attack the large enterprises, but it is not. Why they don't attack the large enterprises? Because large enterprises are often equipped with the right cybersecurity resources and the cybersecurity tools. But whereas SMEs, they also lack the expertise or the resources to manage cybersecurity, and they also lack the right set of tools to protect their identities. So cyber criminals exactly know this, and they target SMEs more often than ever before now. And the number of ransomware attacks is increasing over 300% in the last 18 months. So as you all know, Zoho is democratizing business software. So we have apps in all major categories: CRM, sales, marketing, finance. So you take any function, we have a Zoho application. Our vision is to serve as the operating system for business, meaning we want our users to run their entire business with Zoho applications. But what is a operating system without cybersecurity? So Zoho is here to democratize security as well. We want to make cybersecurity affordable and reliable for SMEs and also large enterprises. So what happens in the SMEs and how they manage identities? Today, after the great pandemic, we all operate in a hybrid function, and the IT infrastructure is highly complex. People use their office device and also their own device, and they log in from remote locations. And these tools are often disconnected, and IT admins don't have a clear picture of who is accessing which account from where, thereby increasing the cybersecurity threat landscape, and which means cyber criminals can attack your company more often than ever before, and which can hugely impact your company's bottom line. So what businesses need today? So all of us access our everyday work from directly through the internet. And once I log into the internet, I want to get access to the right set of apps. Say, for example, in Zoho, I log in every single day through the internet, and I go to the Zoho One admin panel. From there, I get access to all the applications that I use every day. So next, I need to get access to the shared accounts, which I need to use every single day. As a marketer, I need to check our social media profiles and other tools to see how our application is performing across the globe. So first, I need to access the internet, and then I need to get access for the right set of apps based on my job role. And then for the shared accounts, I need to have secure access for this brand assets. Say, for example, Zoho World Twitter account, Zoho World Facebook account, Zoho World other marketing tools account. On top of it, I also need to have an additional layer of security for the shared business account, because these are highly critical. I don't need to protect it with just a username and password. I need to have additional security to protect from today's cyber attacks, right? So this is Zoho's 360-degree approach that we offer for our customers. We have 4 different tools to offer this approach, starting with the privacy-centered browser, which is ULA, followed by Zoho Directory, our workforce identity and access management platform, followed by Zoho Vault, our enterprise password manager for Teams. On top of it, we have multi-factor authentication powered by Zoho OneNote. So, how many of you here are familiar with Zoho's new browser, Zoho ULA? If you are someone new hearing it for the first time, we recommend you to try this. Go to the browser and type in www.ula.com. This is a privacy-centered browser built on top of Chromium, and with ULA, you can access the internet securely, and your data is not shared with any advertising companies, and it is highly secure and highly private. And ULA is something which is built for productivity. So once you go to the ula.com, you can install the browser for your web or mobile. So the browser, based on your operating system, it will show the right download button for you. So this is a screenshot from the Mac, hence it is showing as download for Mac. So if you are someone who is going to look ula.com from Windows, you can directly download the browser for Windows, likewise for other operating system. So the first and foremost major differentiating factor of ULA is SSO for Zoho apps. Unlike Chrome, Firefox, or Safari, with ULA, you can directly log into Zoho applications while you set up your profile. So by this way, you are logging into the Zoho ecosystem without entering the password every single time. By this way, you can access the internet and thereby directly access Zoho applications, thereby protecting your business data and personal data, right? So the first and foremost USP of Zoho ULA is SSO for Zoho apps. And the next one, ULA offers you 5 different browsing modes, starting with work, developer, incognito, open season, and kids. So based on your modes, you can set the websites or classify the websites based on your work modes. Say, for example, I can group all these Zoho.com under work, and I can classify Spotify, YouTube under personal, right? So by this way, if I type Spotify or YouTube on work mode, I will be redirected to the personal mode. By this way, you can focus on your work and thereby giving you a huge productivity boost. Likewise for development, likewise for kids. So for kids, we also have password restricted access. So if you want your kids to only view a specific list of websites, you can also add those restrictions and you can guard them with an additional level of password. So ULA has given you single sign-on for Zoho apps, 5 different browsing modes, followed by comprehensive settings. By default, it offers you ad blocking. So by this way, the cookies are not shared with the companies like Google or Microsoft. So thereby, they cannot target you with the right set of ads. Many times what happens is, if I look for a particular phone or a particular shoe, Google or Facebook will throw me ads related to shoes or related to mobile. So how they know I'm looking for a mobile or I'm looking for a phone? So the browser is sending my personal data to these advertising companies. When you start using ULA, we don't share your personal data with these advertisers. So which is a very huge privacy and security focused benefit for you and your company. On top of it, we don't share your data with third parties for the money they give to us. So Zoho is a very privacy focused company. So we don't share the cookies or your personal data with third parties. And on top of it, we also have malware blocking. Say, for example, if you are going to access a website which is insecure or which we analyze to be a phishing website, so Zoho ULA will alert you to not access this website. And followed by, we also offer phishing prevention, resource abuse blocking in the standard mode. If you are someone who is more conscious and more willing to have an extreme mode, we have the extreme mode. So if you are someone who is really concerned about cyber security, we recommend you to configure extreme mode, which also offers you additional features like URL tracking, search ads and self promotion, stealth mode, and other advanced features. So just go to ula.com, download the browser, and we recommend you to configure single sign-on and configure your work modes or personal modes and the protection that you can enable for your browsing data. So on top of it, ULA also offers you a privacy report. So just go to the ula.com or go open the ULA browser. On the first screen, you can see a privacy report. If you click that, it will give you a quick snapshot of all the malwares and adwares and other companies who are interested in your personal data and how many of these data are protected with the help of ULA. So you can see a quick snapshot from 28th September to October, how my personal data is protected with ULA. More than 40 million requests has been received, and ULA has blocked 3.5 million requests, and thereby protecting my personal and business data. So not just that, ULA also offers you tab management. You can group similar tabs and you can open them at once. Thereby, you can save a lot of time. Say, for example, you can group all these Zoho tabs into one, and you can group all the social media tabs into one, and you can open them in a single click. So by this way, you can work efficiently, focus efficiently, and achieve a huge productivity boost. So similar to your regular browsers like Chrome or Firefox, Ula also offers you browser extension for all your Zoho applications and third-party applications. So Zoho Vault extension or Grammarly extension. So whatever you have an extension in your current browser, you can install them in Ula as well. So powerful settings, if you are an IT admin, you can also configure the devices from and the IP locations from where your users can access Ula, and you can configure your organization policy, site policy, extension policy, and things like that. So we are bringing more enterprise grade features into Ula so that IT admins have complete control over how their employees access the internet and how they can protect their personal and business data. So to summarize, Ula, before we jump into the next app in focus. So with Ula, you get single sign-on for Zoho application, 5 different work modes, a privacy report, tab management, and seamless integration with Zoho applications and third-party applications. So we are bringing in Zoho Vault's native integration into Ula. So for example, if you use Google Chrome or Microsoft browser, when you add a new password, it will be added to the Google Password Manager or Microsoft Password Manager. We are trying to bring the similar functionality into Ula, and even now you can install the Zoho Vault extension directly to your Ula browser and thereby save the new password directly to the Zoho Vault, and you can securely share with your family or with your team members. The next app in focus is Zoho Directory, so which is a new application, which is Zoho's workforce identity and access management platform. So just go to your browser and type and look for Zoho Directory. So the URL is pretty straightforward, zoho.com/directory. You can go there. So what Zoho Directory gives you for IT admins, it gives you a nice dashboard. You get a quick snapshot of the total number of users in your organization, the total number of apps in your organization, the total number of user groups in your organization, and you can have a clear picture of who is accessing from where and from which IP location in a quick snapshot. So by this way, IT admins can stay on top of their cybersecurity landscape, and if they see an unfamiliar login from a different location, say for example, if all your employees are located in Singapore, if someone is trying to access the system from Russia, as an IT admin, you can immediately remove access for that particular user, thereby protecting your personal data and business data. So it is very easy to get started with Zoho Directory. You can add users or connect Zoho Directory with your corporate identity stores like Microsoft Active Directory or Google Workforce Directory or Azure Active Directory. So you can integrate Zoho Directory with the corporate identity stores, import the users or user groups, assign the right set of apps, and you can give them roles, give roles for users based on their roles and functionalities in your company. So here is a quick snapshot how you can integrate Zoho Directory with Azure or Microsoft Active Directory. So I think this is Entra now, renamed as Entra. So since people are more familiar with Azure, we have given the name as Azure here. So you can tie up your Zoho directory with this identity stores. But our vision is to serve as a directory service as ourselves in the longer run. But if your company is already existing with the Microsoft ecosystem or Google ecosystem, we recommend you to integrate with Zoho directory and thereby grant access for your employees and to their apps directly from the Zoho directory dashboard. So once you integrate the directory, you can then selectively import the users, or you can import all the users. You can also import the users manually by clicking the add user button, and you can grant them roles. So once you add users, the next step is to grant them access for the right set of apps. Say, for example, you have 100 users in your company, and you can classify them into user group first. 10 people in marketing, 10 in sales, 10 in development, and 10 in finance. So once you import users and classify them into groups, you can also add apps, and you can map these apps to the user groups or to the individual users as per your wish. By this way, you can grant access for the right set of folks for the right set of apps in a couple of clicks. So the user onboarding experience and the offboarding experience very similar. So not just that, Zoho directory also offers you powerful security settings. You can enforce a password policy for your organization, enforce multi-factor authentication, can also restrict users to log in only from the allowed IPs or from the whitelisted set of IPs. So Zoho directory is not just only for the web applications. So you can also do device authentication for your laptop or mobile device with the help of Zoho directory. So for an IT admin, you need reports to stay compliant with both your internal auditing and external auditing purpose. So Zoho directory offers you a wide range of reports from where you can get a holistic picture of your security landscape. And these reports can also be shared with your internal and external auditing folks, so you can stay compliant with your cybersecurity scores. So to summarize what Zoho directory is, so once your users securely log into the internet with Zoho ULA browsers, the next important thing is to get access for the right set of apps for your employees. So already, if you have Zoho One, Zoho directory is also part of Zoho One. So they just log into the Zoho directory dashboard. From there, they can access both Zoho applications and third-party application. Say, for example, you are using 10 different Zoho applications and 10 different third-party application. You can add all your users to Zoho directory, and you can map the right set of apps based on the roles and responsibilities from the Zoho directory. So your employees log into Zoho directory once. From there, they can log into both Zoho applications and also third-party application. Though they don't need to remember additional password, they can enjoy the passwordless experience. And for IT admins, it also gives you behavior analytics, integration with directory stores, a wide range of app catalog. We support over 350 different applications now, with an aim to support 1,000 different applications in the coming year. So go ahead, try out Zoho directory. So I am sure it will give peace of mind for IT admins, and for employees, it will give them a seamless login experience for their everyday work applications. The third app in focus is Zoho Vault, which is Zoho's password management system. So Zoho Vault is been in the market for some time now. So we are into our 10th year of existence. So I'm sure many of you would be familiar with Zoho Vault already. If you are someone new, just go to zoho.com/vault and you can try out the application. So Zoho Vault offers you a quick dashboard for both the normal users and admin. So you have your personal dashboard and team dashboard, from where you can see the total number of password, total number of users, total number of passwordless login and folders in your company. And we saw about the Have I Been Pawned, right? Zoho Vault is also integrated with Have I Been Pawned. If your company is having over 1,000 passwords, so, and as an IT admin, you can know how many passwords are already part of a breach. Say, for example, out of 1,000 passwords in your company, if 30 of them are breached password, as an IT admin, you can look at your Zoho dashboard and you can ask your employees to rotate the password immediately. And the password assessment score will also help employees and the IT admins to update the weak password or rotate the already breached password, so that all your enterprise accounts and personal accounts are highly secure. So with Zoho Vault, you can add passwords manually, or you can also import your passwords from your browsers, or you can import passwords from LastPass, OnePassword, or other password management service. If you are someone who is part of Zoho One, Zoho Vault is also part of Zoho One. So do not waste your subscription for another service like LastPass or OnePassword. So we recommend you to try Zoho Vault, so from where you can securely share passwords with multiple levels of access privileges. once you, similar to Zoho directory, Zoho World can also be integrated with Microsoft or Google Active Directories or the directory services. Once you import the users, you can also add password and you can share password with 4 levels of access privileges. One-click login only. By this way, you can share password without revealing them in plain text. View permission, you can share password with the view permission or likewise with modify and manage permission. So while you share password, you can also configure the time restriction. Say for example, 30 minutes. Say for example, I'm sharing a password with Christopher. I can share this password, which can be accessed by Christopher only for the next 30 minutes, after which Christopher cannot access this password. Likewise, you can also automate approval workflow. Say for example, I'm sharing a password with Christopher. If it is on a weekday, it will be automatically approved. Or if it is a weekend, Christopher should add an additional reason to access this password. And then I grant access, and then Christopher can access this password. Like this, you can have a secure password request release mechanism in your company for a limited period of time. So once you add passwords, you can group them into folders. You can put all your marketing password into the marketing folders, likewise for finance, sales, and development. So by this way, you can share the entire folder with the user group and vice versa. So by this way, the user experience or the user onboarding is seamless. Say for example, you have onboarded your new employees into Zoho Vault, and if he or she is part of the marketing team, so in a single click, you can grant access to all the password that he or she need access by bulk sharing the folder or sharing the password with the entire user group. So similar to Zoho directory, Zoho Vault also offers you passwordless authentication for third-party apps. So you can add the third-party services to Zoho Vault, and from there your employees can access these application, especially if it is in a shared environment. A passwordless SSO is essential. So not just the passwordless SSO, Zoho Vault also offers you comprehensive audit trials. So for IT admins, he or she can get a clear picture of who is accessing which account and when. So they can take immediate actions if it is an unknown behavior or an unexpected behavior. So similar to audits, we also have reports in intuitive form. So these reports can also be exported as a PDF for your internal auditing and external auditing purpose. So Zoho Vault also offers you more settings. So you can import password from other password managers, say for example LastPass, or from your browsers like Google Chrome, Opera, Safari, and then you can also configure various other settings, which is available here. So you can go ahead, create a password policy for your organization, enforce multi-factor, configure IP restriction, and things like that. So we recommend you to sign up for Zoho Vault if you haven't already, or if you're someone who is already having a Zoho One account, just add Zoho Vault application from your admin panel, try out the application. So Zoho Vault is an encrypted vault. So where you put in all your enterprise password and lock it with one master password. And for IT admin, it gives a complete peace of mind. IT admins can know who is accessing which password and when. And if your organization password is part of any breach, Zoho Vault will also notify you. And you can share password with 4 levels of access privileges. And Zoho Vault also offers you a powerful browser extension. If you look at my screen, I have this extension. So I just hit this extension, I hit Twitter. So from here, I can automatically log into my favorite websites in a single click. So if you want to have or give these functionalities to your users, we recommend you to add Zoho Vault from your Zoho One admin dashboard, or you can sign up for the service directly from our website. So the final app in focus is Zoho One Auth, which is Zoho's multi-factor authentication application. So I'm sure most of you would be familiar with Zoho One Auth. If you are someone new, we recommend you to take a look at Zoho One Auth. Just go to your browser and look for Zoho One Auth. So it's a simple mobile application which is available in both Chrome, Firefox, and which is available in both App Store and Play Store. So it looks something like in my mobile now. So while I log into Zoho application, I can log in directly without entering a password using the smart signing methodology that Zoho OneNote offers. So not just for the Zoho applications, Zoho OneNote also works for third-party applications like Google, Microsoft, Twitter. It offers you smart sign-in, backup, and secure recovery methods. So it syncs across multiple devices, and if you are someone who is going to switch between multiple devices, you can have multi-device support, which is highly encrypted end-to-end. So which is also rated very well in the Google Play Store and App Store over 4.2 and 4.7. So just scan this QR code if you are new to Zoho OneNote, download this application. So with Zoho OneNote, you can log into any particular application without entering the password for multi-factor authentication. So one common recent example is Twitter has what to say, removed MFA for free accounts, the SMS based OTP for the free account. So one recommendation is you can configure Zoho OneNote for your Twitter accounts, and you can protect it at free of cost. Meaning Zoho OneNote doesn't just work only for the Zoho apps, it also works for other applications. If you are someone who is already paying for Microsoft Authenticator or Google Authenticator additionally, we recommend you to take a look at Zoho OneNote. By this way, you can save a lot on your IT budget, and you can manage directly from your Zoho ecosystem. So the application looks something similar to this particular interface. So just download the application. You can validate with your Zoho credentials. Once you do that, so you don't need to enter your Zoho credentials every single time to log in the Zoho apps. You can just use the Touch ID or Face ID based on your device, and you can access your favorite Zoho application without entering the password using the smart signing methodology. So which is something like this. So you enter your Zoho user login credentials, the username or the email address. Just scan this QR code with Zoho OneNote, and you will be automatically logged into your Zoho accounts. Likewise, Zoho OneNote will also work for the third-party applications. If you are someone new to Zoho OneNote, we recommend you to take a look at it. So with Zoho OneNote, you get passwordless SSO for mobile applications, MFA for both Zoho apps and third-party apps, great recovery options, and you can add multiple Zoho applications. Say, for example, if you have 5 different Zoho applications, you can create profile for 5 different accounts, and you can manage it securely with one Zoho OneNote in your mobile device. So we have a strong verification methods and backup methodologies, backup codes to protect your accounts in terms of emergency. Say, for example, you lose your device or you change your device, we have a mechanism to protect your data and still have MFA on top of your changes. So since we have seen 4 different applications, which is ULA browser, Zoho directory, Zoho OneNote, uh, Zoho Vault, we recommend you to write to the specific support team to book a demo session. And because each company has its own cybersecurity threat landscape and requirements, so just share your use case with us so we can help you to configure Zoho directory or Zoho Vault or ULA browser for your organization. So now it's time for questions. I will take a break now and I will check out the questions. In the meanwhile, Christopher, if you want to take over the session, you can.
No, Molly, you have like covered most of the things that are relevant to the particular. In case if there are any special questions related to Vault, so I'll be glad to answer them.
Okay, thank you, Christopher. I could see you have already answered a few questions here. So I see people are here. So it's time for folks to raise your hands using the raise hands option. We can grant access for the mic so that you can ask your questions and we can answer them. Or if you want to type it down, you can type it down so we can help you with your questions. So Gopinath has asked this question already, and you have answered, Christopher. So the ULA browser is not updating automatically. Okay, Gopinath, we will share this with the ULA team. So we will see what is the root cause of this issue, and we'll share an update with you. So Vaibhav has this question. I wanted to try Zoho Active Directory. So the name is Zoho Directory. So yeah, people are familiar with Active Directory. So yeah, it is Zoho Directory. I can try with trial, or I have to try with existing license. Vaibhav, do you have Zoho 1 already, or you are someone new to Zoho ecosystem? If you already have Zoho 1, Zoho Directory is part of it. Or if you are someone new, you can go to the Zoho Directory website, sign up for the free trial. We don't offer the credit card details too. It's a free trial. You can sign up for the trial and you can try the app hands-on, book for a demo session, and see how you can make most out of it during the trial period. So our experts will be glad to set a meeting with you, and they can help you set up Zoho Directory for your company. Okay, Vaibhav, you have Zoho 1 but not have IT admin access. Sure, you just write to support@zohodirectory.com. Our folks will help you to enable the trial or enable it directly from your Zoho One dashboard so you can try out the app yourself. Hope this helps. So anyone else, if you have any questions, we can answer them now, or if there is no questions, we can close this session. We still have time. We have 10 minutes with us. So if you have any questions with related to any of these apps, we can answer them. Or if you want to share any feedback also, you can share it in the Q&A tab. We'll be happy to address them. Okay, I see no more questions. Okay, thank you. I don't know if I spell your name correctly, Brooke Donell. Thank you for your kind feedback. We really appreciate it. So anyone else, if you have any questions, I will give a break here. I'll be on mute. I will look for a question for the next 1 minute. If there are no questions, we will close the session. I think no further questions. I just want to ask this one last time. So I could see a couple of folks still online. Vaibhav, Surendra, Dwight, Edgardo, Casper. So if you want to share anything, just raise your hand. We can enable mic access so we can answer your questions. So if you have no questions, we can. Okay, I assume there are no questions. So thank you everyone for taking the time and joining the webinar today. We will meet you again in another useful session and educational session. Until then, it's bye bye from Mauli and Christopher. Thank you.